This is going to be a quick tutorial on to show how I did this slideshow presentation of a bunch of slides that I took, selfies that I took while on an Alaskan cruise with my wife. And what I did is I just went in and took over 150 selfies. And what I'm going to do right now is just show a small clip of it, and I'll bring a couple down in here individually. You can also go in here and select them by just holding the control key down and then left click, and you can select multiple clips at a time. That will save you some time instead of bringing them down one at a time, unless you just kind of want to be a little bit more picky about the ones you want. And as you can see, I just drag it down and it brought them all down. Then I'll use the zoom key here and I'll just kind of back out a little bit so I can see them all. Let me go ahead and grab this last one. I like this picture here. And that has all these individual selfies that I took just for this section that I'm going to show you. Now here, once again, I took over 150, so I want to do our complete Alaska trip in one quick slideshow of just selfies. And I just had my snap lock on, so I just brought them all together, and then I held my mouse control button down and selected them all and then just slid them over. Now if you notice, I'll hit the play button here, and what it'll show you is that each one of these individual pictures that I took, they're about 5 seconds long. Well, that's kind of long. It's too long for a slideshow, so I want to shorten that down. So I'm going to go ahead and stop it and move the timer back to the beginning. And here again, I'm going to select them all by right-clicking and then dragging. Left-clicking and dragging. Select them all. Then I right-click the mouse button this time and go up to Change Clip Duration. You can also use Control-D, and if you notice, they're all set at 5 seconds. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to knock that down to less than a second. I'm going to change it down to 0.8, about 0.8 of a second, and that will shorten them down so that it'll just fly by, and it makes it very interesting to see 150 individual selfies run all at one time. Now I just hit the zoom out so I can see them all a little bit better, and then I will move them over, and since the snap lock is on, I just drag them all over and connect them back up. This is the slowest process of it. I'm sure there's a better way to do this. I mean, you can here in a minute I'll show you how I back out, and so I kind of select all of them, move them over a little bit at one time. Oops, grabbed the wrong one at that time and put it back. And I'll go ahead and zoom out so I can see it a little bit better. There we go. Now I'll multi-select all these, and I'll drag all 4 of these over at one time. And that will allow me to kind of see them a little bit more in my view better. And I'll zoom back in and move them over. That time I had them all 4 selected at one time. Just clicked over in the empty area and got it off so that I can select them individually. I believe this is the last one. Let me go ahead and move it over, and I'll back out one more time just to ensure that I got them all, which I did. So now I'll zoom back in so I can see it a little bit better. And there we have them. We have them all lined up here. Now as you see, I play them and boom, 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 they all just roll right off. And I did 150 of these, and it really turned out really nice. Now if you notice, there's a little bit of black space on both sides. You may have some pictures where the black is on top. This is just by the resolution, the size of the pictures that they were captured. We can change those all at one time. Once again, left click, drag, select them all, go up to the zoom level, and then just hold your mouse down and slide it over, and it will zoom in and out. And I just slide it over enough until the picture is gotten rid of all those black things, and start it back at the beginning, hit the play button, and you'll notice every single one of those pictures was changed, so now that black bar is gone on both sides. Very simple, very quick. Hope you enjoyed this video. I just wanted to show you how I did this. There's probably more ways than that to do it, but this was an easy, quick way to do it, and I did 150 of them for my family, and it turned out really kind of cool looking. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, please comment, like, and subscribe below, and I'll talk to you later.